So, what is a Gantt chart? It is a tool that was created by an engineer, Henry Gantt, way back around 1910. And at its core, it's just a timeline expressed in days or weeks that is shown running right across the top. And in this video, we'll be using an example of organizing a wedding. As you can see in our timeline, we're using months across at the top and tasks going down vertically on the left side. Now that you know what a basic Gantt chart is, what we need to understand are the two types of tasks that make up a Gantt chart. They are critical tasks and floating tasks. And honestly, this distinction is an important concept for you to understand. So, first, let's talk about critical tasks. The best way to think about these is using a wedding example, is to imagine them as dominoes that must fall in the right order for the wedding to happen, right? You absolutely must book the venue before you can send out the invitations. And you must send out those invitations before you finalize catering. And here's the kicker. If any one of these get delayed, the whole wedding day gets pushed back. There is no wiggle room, as these are critical path items. Then you have got the other stuff. What you're seeing in the light green bars below. Things like choosing decorations, hiring a photographer, planning the music. These are what we call floating tasks. Now they are still important for sure, but they have flexibility. You can pick out decorations pretty much any time after you have booked the venue. So these tasks can kind of float around in their time window without messing up your whole schedule. So that's the core difference right there. Critical tasks, they're rigid. They must happen in a specific order, period. Floating tasks, they're flexible. They give you that much needed wiggle room or breathing space. And getting this distinction right, well, it changes everything. But why bother separating tasks like this? What's the point? Well, because once you can see a project in terms of what's set in stone and what's flexible, you unlock these three incredible benefits of using Gantt charts. Let's start with benefit number one, which is communication. And I mean crystal clear communication. This is all about getting rid of that confusion and anxiety and replacing it with confidence for everyone involved. Think about it. Instead of those vague updates, you get total precision. Everyone, and I mean everyone that is involved with the project, can see exactly what needs to happen and when. It just wipes out any ambiguity. It's the difference between saying, yeah, we'll get to the catering soon, and saying, catering will be locked and finalized in June. See the difference between the two? One is a hope, and the other one is a concrete plan. And that is clarity for everybody. Your family, the vendors you have hired, the wedding planner, anyone can take a single look at this chart and know exactly what they are responsible for and when it's due. It becomes the single source of truth that keeps the whole team perfectly in sync. Okay, you understood what the first benefit was. Now let's talk about benefit number two, resource planning. And listen, this isn't just about money or supplies. It's about your most valuable resource of all, your time and your energy, as well as your team's time and energy. Just by looking at the chart, you might spot a huge problem. You might look at it and go, wow, June is completely insane. We have accidentally scheduled finalizing the catering, booking the photographer, and working on all the decorations in the exact same month. That is a perfect recipe for total burnout and disaster, potentially. But here comes the magic. Remember how working on decorations is a floating task? That means you have the power to just slide it over to a less crazy month like May. And just like that, you have completely balanced your workload. You just use the Gantt chart's built in flexibility to make your life and the tasks manageable. You literally turned a potential crisis into a calm, controlled plan. And that leads us perfectly to our third and final benefit of Gantt charts, and that is tracking progress. This is maybe the most important one. It's all about knowing with absolute certainty the answer to that critical question. Are we on track? And you do this with a ridiculously simple tool called a now line. It's nothing fancy, it's just a vertical line you draw on the chart that shows where you are today. So, for example, let's say we are right at the beginning of June. Okay, so now you just look at everything to the left of that line. See that? Any task that isn't finished, like, oh no, catering is not done yet, that's a huge red flag. You know instantly that you're behind schedule. And because that's a critical task, the entire project is at risk now. It's like an early warning system that lets you fix a problem before it becomes a disaster. But on the other hand, what you want to see is this: everything to the left of your now line is done and checked off. All those critical tasks are complete. And that isn't just a feeling that you are on schedule, it's an immediate visual proof that you're exactly where you need to be. It's such a great feeling. And really, that's the ultimate power of a Gantt chart. It just cuts through all the noise, all the emails, all the pointless status meetings to answer that one single vital question for any project. Are we on track or not? So let's just recap really quick. This simple visual tool, the Gantt chart, gives you the power to communicate with total clarity, to manage your resources so you don't burn out, and to track all your progress with just a single glance. It completely transforms planning from this thing that causes stress into a source of control. And that's why, for any serious project manager, maybe the most important question that you ask isn't, so what's the plan? It's, can I see your Gantt chart? Because if there isn't one, well, you might have a really good reason to be worried about the project.